Well, hello and welcome back to Living a Good Life. I'm Brad Fain, and today I'm here with Lucy Leyva, who is a former town council member of the town of Prescott Valley, business owner. I'm super excited to have you here. I've been doing some reading on you and a wonderful past, and I just can't wait to share a little bit of that with our viewers.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited because I don't think we had the opportunity to really sit down and talk much before. So I'm excited about this.
Well, good. Well, tell us, just so everybody knows who Lucy Leyva is, tell us a little bit about your childhood and maybe kind of where you started and what all of that, and then how you ended up getting to Prescott Valley, of all places in the world.
I know. Well, I was born and raised in Mexico, in Chihuahua. Actually, 80% of my family is in Chihuahua. And I had a wonderful childhood. Very, very blessed. I'm the youngest of 8 siblings, mom and dad. So a family of 10. And so my oldest sister was 17 when I was born. And it's like I had a lot of moms, let's say. So it was fun growing up. Yes.
So growing up in Mexico, in a town, small town, ranch, farm.
In a cattle ranch. So my mom and dad, they have a cattle ranch. And that's what my father still does. He's a cowboy.
Nice.
82 years old.
They just keep going, don't they?
Yes.
Those ranchers, they love it, and it's just a lifestyle. They just keep.
It is a way of life.
It is.
Absolutely. So our ranch, our house at the ranch was in the middle of, like, in one side we had a creek, and then in the other side we had a river. Wow. And then a retention pond, like a big one with lots of fish. And so we had like a vegetable garden and lots of animals, cows, pigs, chickens, you name it. So I grew up in a lot of, like, in abundance, a feeling of abundance of family and love and resources and all that. So it was a wonderful thing. It was a wonderful childhood.
Good. How often are you able to get back to see your family?
I go all the time. I was able as well, like, to partner up with my father. So I have acreage and cattle as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You have your own brand and your own stock? Good for you.
Yes. And actually, we imported as a livestock into the U.S. once a year.
Okay.
Yes. So it's a fun thing that I do, but it's so rewarding. And it's something that my father, and I do together. And we've done this together for many, many years. So.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great. So how did you make the decision to leave Mexico? It sounds like a wonderful place. And then how did you end up in Prescott Valley when you came to the United States?
My sister's fault, actually. She got married and moved to Prescott.
Okay.
And got pregnant and had a child. So we had to come up and meet the new member of the family. And so she convinced me to stay a little bit longer and to stay a little bit longer. And that was after I finished high school. But my plan was to continue with my education. I wasn't sure if I wanted to be a lawyer or to study psychology. Like, I love psychology. And so I was going to go back to do either or. Mm-hmm. But then that didn't happen, obviously. But that's how, like, I came up to Prescott in the year 2000.
So you came up to visit your sister and meet the latest member of the family, the newest member, and you've stayed ever since?
I did.
So you're a resident here, and then you just go back and visit your family. Is your sister still here?
Yeah.
Great.
It's just my sister and I.
Anybody else follow you two
No.
up? Just the two of you? Everybody else is still back at home?
Yes.
Very nice. And so you're here. I don't know if you studied law or psychology, but I know you have your own business. So tell us a little bit about, not business, but businesses that you have and you operate and run.
So I have a few, but the one that I started in 2005, so I was 23. with a 2-month-old daughter. I started Prescott Made to Order. And that's a residential cleaning company. And that has been so much fun to have because it's a way of getting in touch with people and getting to know people. And so I started just cleaning houses by myself, one house every other week, and then one more once a month. And then it turned into something that right now is a big company, and we're able to grow into different areas. Like we have the sister company, MTO Janitorial, where we do commercial cleaning, and then Prescott Property Maintenance, where we do vacation rental and more specific maintenance type of services for commercial and residential. So I love the service industry and having that relationship with people.
It's all about the people.
It's all about the people.
Customer service. And so when you look at our community today and you're touching them in a very personal way, cleaning their homes and going into their homes and going into their businesses. And what have you learned from that experience about customer service? And what I really want to get to a little bit is how did that help you when you were on the town council?
I think it's all about trust. So let's talk about the definition of trust, because we all want that. We all want to trust each other or trust the people that we do business with or hang out with. Yeah. So trust is communication, consistency, being reliable, being honest. And so those have been my core values for everything that I've done, absolutely everything that I've done. And so that has been the key to make connections. And I think if we were to focus on that more than whatever service or product you sell, could be much better because, owning a cleaning company, people have to trust you. It's a very, very personal service. So they know that we've been around for 20 years, that we're not going anywhere, that we're very transparent. This is what we do, and this is how we do it, and this is the expectations that you should have about our company. And that's literally how I run my life, on trust, on great values, and that's been our mission, just to be reliable and to be here and to do whatever we said that we were going to do and to do our best.
So, I agree with everything you're saying, and then I look at the world today and I see so much distrust at all levels, at the federal level, at the state level, at the local level. You and I got to work a little bit together when you were on council and we were running a project, and there was just so much distrust around us. They didn't trust what you were doing. They certainly didn't trust what we were doing. They didn't trust what the staff was doing. Where do you think we as a society or a community, how did we get off track on trusting people? Because I agree with you, everything about us that makes us successful is built on trust and being reliable and predictable. Yet I see so much distrust, and I think you got to experience it in your role. How do you think, do you have any thoughts on where we went off the tracks here as a community?
I think, it depends on your perspective. I will disagree with you a little bit. Okay,
that's good.
Yes, because my experience has been that most people want to be trusted. Like we all want to be trusted.
Absolutely.
And people want to trust you. So maybe is the lack of communication or the close-minded that people have, now that most people are not willing to have a conversation. And they get very close in their ideas on how things should be. But I think as a core basic need, you want to trust other people and you want to build a sense of community or a support system. Because, I mean, let's be honest, we can't do everything by ourselves.
I would agree with you. We need trust.
We need
to survive. Our survival depends on it.
Yes.
But there's a lot of it lacking in our community. I kind of go to social media because I think social media takes away the conversation face to face. And like you and I can disagree on something and we're here and you can explain why you disagree or I can explain why I disagree. When you're in that social media, there's that interaction is somewhat filtered, I think. And you get like-minded people kind of hanging around and they don't get exposed to a different perspective on this topic. And so then it kind of builds communities of people. And then there's the right and the wrong. Well, if you're not in our community of thought, you might be wrong. And when, no, I just have a different opinion about it because I have a different experience and background. I mean, you have a very unique background and you bring all of that to your thinking when you're answering a question or you're doing your job or you're sitting on council and people need to stop for a minute and say, well, wait a minute, Lucy's here. She's got a lot of experience coming to this thought that she's about to produce, but they don't engage in that. That's kind of where I'm coming from on that lack of trust. They won't hear what you have to say and why. Maybe it's the why that's missing.
Well, again, I think that is because more people nowadays are not willing to have those conversations, not willing to know where you're coming from when you express those thoughts or those comments or those ideas. Either it's a yes or no if aligns with whatever they're after. And so I think we have to open those communication channels. And I see it all the time, even though it's this very simple example. When my last job in my company, before I decided to just run the business, I was doing the estimates. I was the estimator. And I used to go to people's homes, and it's amazing how much information I gathered from, they wanted to talk to me, not just about whatever they need as far as the cleaning goes, but about their family and their kids and their pictures on the walls. And so the cleaning was the last thing that we talked about. Back then when I was doing the estimates. I started just for them to getting to know me and then for me to getting to know them. And it was a great thing. And I think if we approach most of our projects in life that way, like I want you to get to know me. And then I'll get to tell you what is that I want to do and why. I think we can get way better results, don't you think?
I think that's a great insight. That really is.
Yeah.
Because as you were saying that, I'm thinking about, you're being invited into somebody's home, that's their world. That's their most precious thing. It's where their family is.
Well, it's your sacred space.
Yeah. And you see the pictures on the wall and you see the family and their history.
And that's why trust is so important.
Yeah.
They're not asking like, how perfect are you at what you do? How great are you at what you do? They're asking, can we trust you into our home? Yeah.
Because a lot of times I would imagine they're not there when you're actually performing the service. So there has to be great trust because they're opening their home to you with them not there.
Or their businesses.
Or their businesses, yeah.
Or both. Like I've been blessed on having the opportunity to provide our services to financial institutions and schools and you name it. So it's like it has to be, the trust is a big deal. It is absolutely a big deal.
I think it's a foundation of our survival.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, when you look at the history of any community, any country, there is a collaboration that allows that community to grow. And that it's usually centered, or there's trust in there.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be. So,
when you're on your ranch down in Mexico, there's trust that everybody's doing their role to produce the outcome you guys want to produce. And if you guys sell once a year your cattle, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that, and you have to trust everybody's going to do their role so you guys can be successful.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have cattle.
Yep.
Isn't that a wonderful thing, though?
Oh, it is. It's an amazing industry. I wish more people understood it because it really is a lifestyle.
It is.
It's a passion for the land. It's a passion for the animals. And you're providing food for a community. and depending on how you do it, how big the community is. But it truly is, it's a wonderful industry that I think if people took the time to understand it, they would have a deeper appreciation of it.
I agree with you. But again, I was so blessed to grow up in that environment. And every time I go back, I try to go back at least every other month because my parents are getting old. And so I just want to make sure that I'm there. And I love it, but it is a feeling of, it's so peaceful and so rewarding at the same time.
Well, it anchors you.
Yeah.
It really, and people are always amazed when they hear a little bit about our story and, 4 generations and we're still here. It's like, well, I think it's the land and that ranch that keeps us here generation after generation. And there's, people venture off and do their things like you ventured off, but there's still a part of you back at that ranch.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And there always will be. And I think it's the land and that connection that keeps people back and makes it harder to move away.
Yeah, I agree.
So you're really connected in multiple communities. I know you're in Prescott Valley and you served on the town council, but your businesses are serving multiple communities. And how do your communities give back to the community that you serve?
My businesses, you mean?
Well, you through your businesses or through yourself.
So I try to be involved in everything I can, but authentically involved, not just, I want to be a part of this and part of that. And there's this particular thing that I do that I love to talk about. We partner with a breast care center with Prescott Maid to Order to provide services for all the patients that are going through cancer treatments.
Oh, wow.
And it's such an amazing thing because for these women, to not to worry about the cleaning and just focus on their healing is life-changing. And so we get letters and we get so many great feedback from doing this. So I've had this partnership with Warrior MC and the Breast Care Center for years. But then 2 years ago, I became a director for the foundation board for the YRMC. So I love doing that. And then obviously we are involved in every single chamber in the Quad City. And I love doing that as well and being a part of the business community. We started the Hispanic Business Association, which, by the way, wasn't it fun, the Day of the Death?
Yes. That was a wonderful event.
It was a wonderful event. And so we had the opportunity to work with the Fain Signature Group and put together an amazing event.
That was so much fun. And I think, for us, giving back to the community is so important. I think for all businesses at their own level and their own way give back. And I think that's what makes the community rich. But that program that we did with you guys, it was so much fun. And it was it is by far our largest event that for people coming out to engage in it and just really appreciate it. I had people come up to me just saying, thank you. This is so nice that we haven't had this event up here. And it was fun. It was. So, and then obviously when you provide employment for people, that's also a way of giving back because it takes a lot, to create something bigger than yourself and to give employment to people and to provide for people. I tell my employees, I don't work for me anymore. I work for you because I have to make sure that you have enough hours every week, that you have a decent paycheck every week. So it's a way, obviously, of creating your own economy and giving back. Yeah, and it's not easy. Not at all. The market does this, and you have a responsibility to the people that are helping you deliver that service. Yes. To the community. But it's so rewarding, you know. It's and again, I have an amazing team of people, and I love all of them, and we hang out and I'm in daily communication with everybody, and I love that. So I think even though we give back to that community that way, is more what you get in return. So fulfilling. You get more in return than you give. Yes. Yeah, I would agree with that. Or by giving, let's say. Yes. Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about the warehouse. It's an event space that,
Yes.
that you're connected to. Tell us a little bit about, I mean, you're doing so many things in the community. So tell us about the warehouse.
So the warehouse is a warehouse, right? So I purchased this building, and my vision was, again, to create community and to celebrate life. So what I've been able to do with this space is, we have from gender reveals to celebration of life and everything in between. And then I've been able to also give back to the community by hosting and donating the space for the 100 Men Who Care. Many nonprofit organizations that go and just utilize the space for their meetings or whatever. Like we have once a week the Girl Scouts, they meet there.
Oh, nice.
And it's just wonderful to see people utilizing the space to create community or for celebrations or whatever, So it's been very rewarding and very fun.
And so is that in Prescott Valley or is it in?
It's in Prescott Valley.
Okay.
Yes.
And people can reach out if they are looking for an event spot to host an event. You can reach out and find the warehouse.
Now, I wasn't really into the entertainment or event or anything in that industry at all. So it was challenging for me in the beginning because I had no idea.
Yeah.
But it's been one of those things that you're like, oh, I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I did this.
So when you look back, what was the surprise that makes you so happy that you were able to do it? That you weren't expecting?
Well, that it was out of my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And then to top it off, when I was really in the middle of making it a reality is when COVID happened. And I thought, what if gatherings are never going to be allowed anymore? And then I'm creating an event space. Mm-hmm. What am I doing?
Yeah.
And so it was mentally challenging. And again, because it was out of my level of expertise or comfort zone or everything. So it has been amazingly rewarding because it's like, okay, yeah, it's fun. I can do it.
Well, there's something about seeing people come and enjoy an event or something that's happening that you're a part of creating. So like the Day of the Dead that was done here at the town center. When you see all those people just show up, then you don't know them. They're just coming from everywhere, but they're really enjoying themselves. They're enjoying the music. They're enjoying the festivities. Mm-hmm. There's something about that. And I remember when you're talking about COVID, we were worried about events too, and we need events to bring people here. And we did the outdoor bands. And we had, I think, 3 bands going. Yes. So we could spread people across the whole property because of COVID. And it was just so nice to see people who desperately wanted to get out of their house and just interact with people again.
But I think
have that connection.
It was so mentally brutal, to go through all of that as a business owner, as a community member. It's like you really didn't know because it was out of our control.
There was nobody to call to say, hey, what'd you do when this happened? Because nobody had been through it.
So, but I think for starting a new project that I wasn't familiar with, that I had to learn everything from zero. In the middle of all of that, when you're thinking, this is not going to work, to see it now being utilized almost every single day is like, okay, good. I made the right decision.
Yeah, what a great story.
Yeah.
And coming out of such a challenging time when there was so much uncertainty around COVID and what would the world look like afterwards? What does work look like? I think we're still trying to define that a little bit today. People working at home or working in the office, and
it's changed us. I think it really changed us. And some people came out of it better and some people didn't. But I mean, I think as a business owner, that time frame was one of the hardest. but definitely it made us stronger.
Mm-hmm. Talk about being an employer, because I think you touched on it a little bit earlier, but there's something about employers and creating jobs, or I like to say creating opportunities. Mm-hmm. And we talk about the younger generation and creating a place for them to be able to work and live and enjoy life in this community. What do you see as your role in that and the opportunity you're creating for people? And I guess, what are some of the challenges that you worry about that for that next generation that wants to live here and work here and have that same opportunity? I mean, you came here and you created an opportunity for yourself, and now you've grown it to create opportunities for others to have jobs.
Okay, so there's a lot of opportunity out there. Okay, so you literally don't have to create opportunity because the opportunity is already out there. Mm-hmm. You just have to be able to see it. And I think my advantage is that I was able to see the opportunity, and then I had to grow as a person so I could get advantage of the opportunity. And so for younger generations, I will say just expand yourself, just expand your knowledge, and then you'll be able to see the opportunity. I mean, our community offers so much opportunity. We just have to have the vision and the support to create it. But to make a reality, to make our vision a reality, let's say. Mm-hmm. But I strongly believe that there's a lot of opportunity. So as an employer, one of the biggest challenges that I have is that starting from cleaning one house 20 years ago, now to be able to clean between 60 and 70 houses every single day, plus our commercial buildings at night and on the weekends, I had to learn a lot about myself and how to manage all this. So the biggest challenge has been learning, mm-hmm. and then creating and empowering people to do their best and to create those relationships of trust in everything that I do with my employees or my customers, just so they know that they can trust me, that I will provide a job, or they can trust me that I provide a service. Mm-hmm. So, but expanding myself you have to keep on growing. Yeah. You as a person.
Yeah.
So as long as you're willing to do that and to create this team of people,
I say in all of that, curiosity.
Yeah.
Remain curious. Like when you're saying earlier, you said you got to be open to the opportunities that are out there. You got to be curious and like, what's happening here? Why is it happening? And then in that curiosity, you discover opportunity. And then if you continue the curiosity, learning. Like you said, you had to be curious about, well, how would I run this company? What does that look like? And not that I can't run it. I didn't hear that in anything you said. You were just like, I have to figure this out. What does it look like? How do I do it? How do I manage it?
But the key thing for me has been to hire people that are way better than me. So I hire people that know the things that I don't know. And I'm happy to learn from them, but I empower them. Like, mm-hmm. no, you're really good at this. Like I don't have to be good at it because you are already good at it. And so I think that gives everybody a sense of respect because we respect each other's differences and qualities. And so that creates a really good team of people. So trust me, like the women that I have working for me are amazing. Amazing.
I think highly successful business people, which you are one, they're not afraid to have really talented people around them. They seek it.
You have to.
Exactly, you have to. And I think that is a key ingredient. You look for those bright people and say, well, would you want to join us? Because you've got a great talent that we could use. And let's build a team together. It's about that team. Mm-hmm. And we use that a lot, team, because we're a team. We're working together. There's something about that. But I appreciate you bringing that up, that hiring surrounding yourself with super talented people, doing things that you don't know, makes you stronger as a company, makes you stronger as a person because you're comfortable with that.
Yes, I mean, I don't want to be the better or the best or no. Like I really want to surround myself with people that are great at whatever I'm not.
Yes.
Because, I think that we spend a whole lot of time, let's say, proving ourselves instead of empowering others.
Do you think it's part of our culture that, we see it on the TV and it's kind of all around us? So we have to prove ourselves rather than just stepping back and empowering others and letting others shine.
Of course. And it's more and more.
Mm-hmm. It's getting harder.
More. Yes.
So what's your advice to people that might be just starting out thinking, well, how do I do that? What would be your advice to helping them grow and giving them the best chance to be successful?
Be open. Be open and be humble about the things that you don't know. And know your resources. Know where to go to find resources. Because we need each other. I mean, we need a community to be able to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
We need to know where to go and ask for help. Because being in business is such a difficult thing. Because you have to know so many different things that you don't have time to learn. Mm-hmm. Finances and marketing and, you name it, human resources, how to treat people, how to, balance a checkbook. So find your resources. Mm-hmm. And then don't get overwhelmed trying to be good at absolutely everything.
So I can tie that to a community, because as you're building your business, you need the differences of opinions.
Absolutely.
From all the different people, the different talents, the different knowledge bases. And that's what our community needs. We need to celebrate that we're different. We need to celebrate that we have different opinions about how we want to do a project in the community. But celebrate it and work together to solve it, not celebrate it to fight it.
I agree with you.
Embrace our differences. So, well, why don't you like this? So this is why I like it. And then maybe there's a different solution that comes out of it.
Well, and I think a great mix in our community, because again, our age groups in our community mm-hmm. play a big role on how our community runs. And I love that, because they're like the priority for our retiree community is completely different than our working class. Mm-hmm. Their priorities are different. And so I've been able to obviously work with both, one as a customer and the other one is as my employees or my team. And getting to know their differences and how to kind of merge the two communities has been a wonderful thing. Because we, at the end of the day, need each other. Mm-hmm. We need each other for everything. But sometimes we make things a little bit too complicated when it comes down to what is it we don't have in common or what is it we have in common. I think if we keep it simple as the fact that we need each other, mm-hmm. We do.
We do, and we need each other differently during the different stages of our lives and our community. I always tell my kids, well, I took care of you when you were little. Your mom and I did. And when I'm at the other end of it, you'll be taking care of me. It's a circle of life because we need each other.
Yes.
They needed me or us when they were first born and raising them and getting to school. And there'll be a day when I need them. And that's kind of the way a community operates too. We need each other.
Yeah, we do.
At different times and different ways and different roles.
I've heard that this is the first time in history where the younger generation are not seeking the older generation for advice because we have technology. So now the older generation are seeking the younger generation for advice on technology. Mm-hmm. So it's been kind of a reverse role on that.
Big shift.
A big shift for as far as knowledge. And so I think that now more than ever, we need each other. You know, the older for the younger, or the younger for the older. And it's a great opportunity to create even more bonds. So at one point I had my parents, they lived with me for almost a year. So I had my parents in their 80s, my kids, teenagers, and then me. And it was so interesting to see that 3 different needs
in one household.
In one house. But I've learned a lot from that experience. And it was a wonderful thing. But again, at the end of the day, is part of life, the life cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And we have it all. I mean, anywhere we go, we can see it happening. We just have to, again, see things from a different perspective.
Yeah. Be curious.
Be curious.
So what's next for Lucy Leyva? You're off of council. I know you're not disconnected from that life, but you're no longer active on the council. Will we ever see you in the council again, or what do you see is next for you? What's the next mountain you want to conquer?
I have big goals. I really do have big goals. I love challenges. I mean, and I learned that since I moved to Prescott 24 years ago, mm-hmm. where it was a challenge because I didn't even know the language. So I kind of got addicted to those challenges. And I always ask myself the same question: what's next? What is my next challenge? So as far as council, the reason why I didn't run again is because my kids are 19 and 17. So a 4-year commitment wasn't a good commitment at this time, mm-hmm. because I really want to enjoy this time with my children. Because in 4 years, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen, right? And so family, that proved to me that family is really, really important. Really important. There's always opportunities to get busy, to be busy, especially mm-hmm. now that we're so addicted to being busy. Yeah. But I really want that. I really want that in my life. I want to be present for my loved ones. And so that is a priority number 1. I want to grow my businesses. Absolutely. 100%. I'm expanding to Sedona, the Converti area, Anthem. We are looking at a project in Tucson. So I really want to expand our territory. Mm-hmm. We're focusing on a lot of new construction, in the new construction cleaning and commercial cleaning as well. So again, I want to learn more how I can get these bigger contracts, bigger projects. So that's the next thing for me. But again, it's all about a balance. So I want to spend time also with my family, with my kids and my parents and at the ranch.
Yes. Get back to the ranch.
Yes.
It's a good place to get centered again.
Yeah. Well, when my kids ask, or anyone, why do you like the ranch? Or why do you want more cows? And I said, because cows don't talk. They're just happy. So it's really rewarding to go and just be at peace, just looking at the land. And mm-hmm. So I want more of that. Good
for you. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it, and sharing a little bit about your past and maybe what's in the future.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Very welcome. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of Living a Good Life with Lucy Leyva. I'm Brad Fain, and we'll see you next time.